If you've ever spent hours planning a post, writing the caption, making sure it looked good in your feed just to post it and it get 12 likes and 0 inquiries, this video is for you. I want to make this very clear. I am not a photographer and I never have been. What I am though is a marketing strategist, and I built this business specifically to help photographers because I kept seeing really talented people struggling with something that I knew how to fix, and it was blocking you from growing your business. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what I kept seeing, the mistakes I kept seeing photographers make, and why I ended up building the Studio Roo around fixing that mistake. Something I saw pretty early on with a lot of service providers is the only thing they would post is their work, because that's the advice that they were getting. Post more, show your work, keep showing up, be consistent. I've been in the social media space for about 6 years now, and I've seen a lot of good advice and a lot of not so good advice, because a lot of people tend to think that social media marketing and social media as a whole is very much copy and paste. If it worked for me, it has to work for everybody, and that's really not the case. That kind of advice tends to be people saying to post as much as you possibly can, use trending audios, doing all of these things that should be working for you. And I've noticed that for service providers, and specifically for photographers, you tend to run into an issue because you're posting consistently, but you're only posting your work. And these people who are telling you to do these things aren't telling you the why behind anything, and it's also not taking into consideration the average social media user, what your specific business goals might be, your ideal client, and what actually will work for you. Nobody was actually talking about the things that matter, what your ideal client needs to see, what they need to hear, what they're looking for. The journey that your ideal client will go through from discovering you on social media to wanting to book with you, which is a very important journey. They don't talk about figuring out your own goals and your business goals and what you need to be doing to get there, what you want life to look like outside of your business, how you want to talk to your ideal client, your brand presence, the type of content you actually enjoy creating, the platforms you enjoy creating on, and how you want to show up and which one you should be utilizing, how to repurpose your content. All of these things that are incredibly important were not being spoke about. As someone who came from marketing, I kept seeing the same mistakes being made, and I also kept seeing the people who were making these mistakes, photographers, service providers, and other creatives, wondering, why am I doing everything right and I'm still not getting inquiries, new followers, whatever it may be? And I kept thinking, how is nobody telling them this? So that's why I made the Studio Roo. From a marketing perspective, the things that I kept seeing photographers and other creative service providers post on social media really made no sense at all. And if it doesn't make sense from a marketing standpoint, what's the purpose? Because posting content is really to market your business. What this looked like was only posting awareness content, only posting your pretty galleries and the end product in hopes of drawing people in to make them want to work with you, without realizing you're missing pretty much the entire marketing funnel. You may be bringing people in and showing them pretty work, but you're not building trust with them, and that's a huge part of getting someone to want to work with you. You're not posting what you know, you're not posting what it's like to work with you, you're not posting anything to actually make them trust you. And why would they want to work with you if they don't trust you? Only posting your final galleries and pretty pictures is really only just telling them like, hey, this is what I do, but it's not building trust with them. It might be bringing followers in because they think that person has pretty work, but it ends there. And you're missing really the biggest piece of the marketing funnel, which is building trust with them and then inviting them to work with you. In marketing, we call this the buyer journey. It is the psychological journey that someone goes through from discovering you to trusting you to wanting to work with you and taking that next step. When you're only doing the first thing that I mentioned of posting your pretty work, you are only taking care of that first stage. So then they kind of drop off, and that's the piece of the puzzle that's missing. The photography industry, and really most creative service provider industries in general, were sort of just posting pretty photos and hoping that the rest falls into place. And it's obviously not going to, because people don't book with you just because they see a pretty picture. People don't book from one post, they don't book from multiple pretty photos of your gallery. Why do they want to book with you? Think about that for a second. Regardless of what industry you're in, whether you are in the wedding space, whether you're a maternity photographer, maybe you're not a photographer at all and you're just a service provider, why do people want to work with you? What are they getting from working with you? Is it just the final gallery? If so, then keep posting that because that's what they get. But that's not the only thing that they're getting. They're booking someone who they know they can trust to come in their wedding day and fit in with their family and handle a stressful situation and do all of these things and sort of make them a keepsake box of their images that they can show their grandchildren in 50 years from now. My point is, They're not booking just from your final gallery. They're booking everything in between, and that requires a lot of trust. It requires you telling them what's in that middle part, knowing what you know, knowing how you handle certain situation, what your values are, knowing that you see your ideal client and you know their objections, their fears, their insecurities, and how you will handle that, how you will comfort them. They book you when they know who you are, when they trust you, and when they feel ready to. Your content has to build all of those three things for them. You can expect them to get there on their own. And if you're only posting your galleries, if you're only posting that awareness content, we're falling short. So if you're listening to this and you're kind of realizing like, damn, this is what I've been doing, I don't want you to beat yourself up. You didn't know any better. You weren't taught marketing. You're a photographer, not a marketer. That's why I'm here, to help you with this. So you're not bad at marketing. You just didn't know the structure and the framework, and now you're about to. So this is entirely fixable. You can only go up from here. Working with photographers has always been so fun for me because I can come in and see exactly what the problem is, recognize the need, and help you fix that, whether it be through a strategy session with me or through my courses that I offer. It's very fixable. Implementing these things that I talk about, even if it's something as small as just working on your buyer journey, it will work. You will notice you're starting to have more conversations in the DMs. People are starting to follow you more. People are starting to engage with your posts more. People are starting to actually submit an inquiry form more because you are doing the necessary steps and you're essentially holding their hand, guiding them through the process. I noticed that photographers weren't being taught the things that they needed to know. They kept seeing the very generic marketing advice on social media that, one, wasn't really working, and two, didn't apply to a photography business. I built something that is specifically geared towards photographers. Whether you are a wedding photographer, maternity, engagement, lifestyle, whatever it is, this is something that you can benefit from. Everything that I offer, whether it be my self-paced courses, my templates, or my one-on-one calls, they are not just another generic social media crash course. They all involve a system built around how photography clients actually make a decision to work with you as their photographer. So no, you don't need to post more. You just need to post with intention and with a plan. This channel is going to help you a lot if you are a photographer who doesn't want to just post more. You actually want to post things that move your audience to do something. It's for you if you're a photographer who is posting but you're not booking, if you're feeling burnt out from social media because nothing's working. This is for you if you want real strategy and not just a shortcut or some viral video. If you care about building something that's sustainable and understanding it might take some time. This channel is for you if you are exhausted by the generic copy and paste social media advice that's not been working for you, or probably most people. But this channel isn't for you if you're someone who just wants a quick fix, if you want to go viral, if you want hacks and trending audios. I'm not here to tell you exactly what to post every day, or even that you should be posting every day. But what I will tell you is this will work if you are willing to put in the work to make it happen. If you want to actually understand your marketing strategy and how to make content that works for you before you spend another hour making content that won't do anything, this is why I built the Studio Brew Social School. It is a self-paced course that walks you through the entire process, from the foundational aspects of your marketing and your goals in your business, all the way through creating content, your buyer journey, sustainable systems, captions, anything you can think of. This course was made for you. If you're ready to stop playing games when it comes to your content and actually have your social media and your content and your marketing do what it's meant to do, this is for you. The link is in the description. If this resonated for you, make sure you subscribe. I post at least twice a month, and you can comment down below what you're struggling with when it comes to social media or marketing in general, and I might just make a video about it. See you next time, friends.